Hey guys, it's Bryson, and I'm back. Maybe. Um, this week I have a topic, and I wrote down notes so that I don't ramble, so that maybe this can be under 10 minutes. But for this week, I wanted to talk about what happens if you stop taking testosterone. But before we get to that, I thought maybe I would like to share the fact that I did start taking testosterone again. I am back on track, and as of today, I'm 5.5 months on T, which is very exciting, and I'm ecstatic. But the reason I'm making the video is because I never really documented what really happens when you do stop, and I feel this can help out a lot of other guys who may need to stop for any reason whatsoever. Me personally, it was because of money, but for other guys, it's for plenty of other reasons. So I'm gonna list a few things and talk about each one. I'm gonna put a little heading down here when I talk about each one. So, appetite. My appetite was diminished. It has diminished a lot since I stopped taking tea. I've had days where I had to force myself to eat something because I just wasn't hungry. And when I was on tea, I ate everything and anything in the house. So it definitely changed a lot. If you do need to stop taking tea for any reason, be on the lookout for how much you're eating each day. And make sure you get enough to eat every day, because you can't let your physical health diminish because of the fact that you haven't been taking hormones. That being said, also watch how much you eat while being on tea. I ate a little bit too much and sometimes got myself sick. So that's something you should be on the lookout for. Emotions. When I took testosterone, my emotions drastically changed. I went from being a sensitive boy to being an asshole. And by asshole, I mean I just got angrier, easier, and I never cried. And the people I was hanging around called me an asshole, so therefore I referred to myself as an asshole. But I really wasn't being an asshole. I was just standing up for myself, which I noticed sooner or later. But that's not the point of this conversation. It took a lot to make me physically cry when I was on testosterone, and it took nothing at all to get me mad. I got very gutsy when I was angry. I wanted to hit things when I was angry, and it took a lot to diminish my anger once I was there. It was from 0 to 100, and I couldn't get back to 0 after it, so I don't know. After stopping, my moods have went back to how I was pre-T. I'm overly emotional, I'm not as angry as I used to be, and I cry a lot easier, which is no fun at all. Now, I went through a major depression spell. I ended up in the hospital because of it. Some advice that I have to give: see a therapist all throughout your transition, throughout the entire thing. Don't stop like I did, because it is very important you see a counselor so that they can make sure that you stay mentally safe. So please, 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 if you stop for any reason whatsoever, continue seeing a therapist. It is necessary, I promise you. It's just not safe to not have somebody to console, and that was my problem. So that's my advice for you. Shark Week. I think we all know what that means. Hope a lot of you know what that means. Yes, it came back, and now For me, it didn't start the first month I was off. That doesn't mean that it's not going to for every guy who stops taking tea. That doesn't mean that it's going to start the first 2 months, the first 3 months. It varies. Everything varies when it comes to transitioning. But for me, it started the second month I was off of testosterone. But again, it did happen. And when I was pre-T, I had horrible cramps. I thought I was dying every single time I had a period, and it sucked. But after I stopped, I thought I was going to kill someone. The pain sometimes is worse than it was before. I've heard from a lot of guys that this is true, that after it builds up, when you do have a period after you stop taking tea, it is one of the worst periods you've had in your life. So if you do stop, make sure you have Midol, ibuprofen, plenty of tampons, because they are extremely heavy, and or pads, whatever you used to use. Anything that can make you feel better during anything. Dysphoria is really bad during this too, so make sure you continue to see your therapist, because dysphoria is killer. Believe me, I would know. Sex drive, which is a fun one to talk about. Sex is always a great thing to talk about. Don't get me wrong, I had an amazing sex drive before I started tea, and an even better one after I started. But when I stopped, it's like it wasn't even there for me. I had moments that when interacted with or touched by specific people or messed around with by specific people, I would want to. But that was really the only time. I didn't have moments throughout that point in time that I stopped that I just needed it. I didn't want to as bad as before. So, heads up, you might have a dry spell, and that's perfectly okay. You will get over it eventually, or you'll get back on tea and it'll be great again. It doesn't matter. I just hope that when you are on tea, you have someone you love that will be there for you when it's above and beyond, because I'm single and I'm craving it like a fucking bitch. So, as for everything else, being voice, hair growth, hair loss, and some weight distribution, none of this has changed for me, really. My voice didn't get any deeper, but it never got any higher. My hair growth didn't retract, but it never got better. And my hair loss hasn't stopped either. Yes. Look. This shit. This really sucks. I had an amazing head of hair. I don't have it anymore. Look at that. I have these peaks. And it's horrible. And then when it comes to weight distribution, my shoulders, my face, and my hips have not changed since I've stopped. Now, this is my changes. Things will vary between people. So when you're watching my videos, don't take my word like the Bible, because in all honesty, everything is different between every guy. Some things are similar, some things are very similar, some things are expected to be similar. But when it comes to things like this, I wouldn't take my word as the Bible, because it's not necessarily going to happen exactly like it happened to me. But, anyways, that's all I really needed to mention about this. I hope this helped some of you brothers out there. And, if you liked this helpful tip, you can give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can hit me up at my Tumblr. Send me a message. I will reply to you. I will address concerns. I will answer questions. And topics for a week would be awesome too. You can suggest those if you want. I don't really care anymore. I just kind of do whatever I feel is necessary. But, that being said, I am also making a video today for my brotherly advice channel. I'm going to put the link at the end of this video. It's going to be a link to my last video as well as a link to the brotherly advice one. Click on it, subscribe to that channel, and watch me embarrass myself in front of 1 million people. Also visit our Tumblr because I'm trying to get that started, and we got like 18 followers so far, and it's great, it's awesome, but we need more. So, go check that out. And, I will see you guys.